See, Fetterman committed the now unforgivable crime on the left of showing photos of hostages that have been taken by Hamas in his office. Host of the Aggressive Progressive podcast, syndicated Chris Hahn radio show, NewsNation political contributor Chris Hahn. Good to see you before the first of the year. Look, 2023, the year that I guess maybe it's a good thing, right? That now a lot of the media doesn't even sort of try to be fair. Everybody just sort of, if you agree with them, they love you. And if you don't, they'll skewer you. It doesn't matter.
I try to be fair all the time, and Fetterman's stance is a lot like mine. I'm a pro-Israel progressive. I was getting hammered on my radio shows and podcasts for taking a very strong stance against some very far-left groups that were rallying against Israel after October 7th. I thought they were ridiculous. I think Fetterman and I are both Gen Xers who have a progressivism that understands that foreign policy, you got to be with the people who are your allies. And in the Middle East, we have no greater ally than Israel. And,
I get that. I get that.
You know, if they want to stop,
but what I can't figure out, though, is the media organizations, and I point to the New York Times, that was all in on John Fetterman and protecting him when he was at Walter Reed with depression. They had absolutely no fairness in their coverage of saying, hey, is there a guy who is getting treatment? Fine. But at the same time, can somebody in that capacity really do their job in the U.S. Senate? It was a complete puff piece that they did and whitewashed it. But now, all of a sudden, that he is taking a stand they don't like, or their newsroom, really, a lot of their reporters don't like, well, suddenly now they skewer him. It just doesn't seem fair. Fairness is no longer a standard in the media.
I think they were pointing out that. Yeah, I think that their piece on him was pointing out some of his critics and maybe giving their critics, I think his critics, too much weight. I don't think that these anti-Israel, far-left progressives are the base of the Democratic Party. You talk to most mainstream Democrats, most mainstream liberals, they are in the exact same place that Fetterman and I and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are on Israel, meaning they are going to support them. Look, if Hamas wants war to end, they just need to stop fighting. If Israel stops fighting, there will be no more Israel. That is the way it has always been, and the Israelis understand that, and people have been
And Antony Blinken made I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds. Antony Blinken made the exact same point. He said, for all the talk about why Israel should stop, why is there no discussion about why Hamas, the aggressors, should stop? My question is, though, and I ask this, for journalists who are supposed to be fair and be tough on both sides, why don't they ask that very simple question?
Yeah, I think because the people that they're going to ask that simple question to are going to just ignore their question. The mainstream types like Fetterman, like myself, like Schumer, will answer the question directly. And these far-left people don't even understand the question right now. And I think that's the bigger problem. A lot of these people that are on the left are young and misguided, and they probably don't remember 9/11 the way I do, the way people of my generation do. I was working in the U.S. Senate on 9/11. It is still yesterday to me. And when I see what happened on October 7th in Israel, I don't know how anybody could support the side that caused those aggression. It was horrible, and I think Fetterman's position is correct. I think people opposing him are ridiculous, and I don't take them as seriously as a lot of people do.
All right, fair enough. You've been consistent on that throughout this. Chris, it's good to see you. All the best to you and yours. Happy New Year. We'll see you on the other side, buddy.
Happy New Year to you and yours too, man.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.